you for watching. Today I'm going to show you how I got this look right here. It's very pink and glittery and just super cute. And today I'm going to be using the Kylie Royal Peach palette. I'm only going to be using a couple shades from this palette, but I have used this palette before. It's pretty bomb. The smell is a little weird. It kind of smells like plastic, I would say. Like, I don't know if it's the packaging or if it's the product, but I've heard from so many other people that her packaging is kind of smelly. But other than that, the shades are really pigmented and really nice. I am a little disappointed in two of the shimmer shades. It's just these two right here. They're super duper sheer. I had to like swipe a lot of times to get like the amount of product that I liked. But other than that, all the mattes are super pigmented and they blend so easily, and I just love it. It's pretty cool. And for this look today, so I also used the Morphe 35B palette today, and this is what it looks like, just to brighten up the look and, you know, brighten it up, you know. So if you guys want to see how I got this look, please keep on watching. So I've already done my brows and concealer, and I primed my face off camera. I used my Smashbox Photofinish primer today. So I'm going to start off by priming with my MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot, and I'm just going to use my finger to apply this. So now that my eyes are primed, I'm going to go in with my Airspun powder to set the primer. I'm just going to be using my Morphe E27 blending brush and just going to put that all over my lid. So for today's look, I'm going to be using, yes, Royal Peach palette. So this is going to be like kind of a review. I don't know, like I'm just going to be using some of the shades in here, and I'm just going to let you guys know like how it blends and if it's pigmented or not and if I like it. So I've already used it a couple of times and I'm actually like really impressed with the pigment. So it's just that these two colors right here are very, very sheer, but all the other colors are great. So let's get into it. So I'm going to be taking Sorbet from the palette, and I'm going to be putting that in my crease and a little bit above my crease as my transition shade. And I'm going to be using my Morphe E27 blending brush to do this. This color blends so nice. Love it. Okay, so the next shade I'm going to go into next is Crush, and I'm going to be taking my Morphe M505 and just putting that in my crease and also in my inner and outer corners. So to focus that same color more in my inner corner, I'm going to be taking my MAC 219 pencil brush, and I'm just going to be packing that in the inner corner. I'm also going to focus it on my outer corners as well. So now I'm going to be going into my Morphe 35B palette, and this is what it looks like. So I'm going to be going in with my MAC 217 brush, and I'm going to be going into this color right here. And I'm just going to be putting it in the same spots where I put Crush. but more focused into the center of my eye. So taking that MAC pencil brush again, I'm going to be going into that same color and focusing it on my inner corners. Just figured I'd bring you guys a little bit closer in so you guys can really see what I'm doing here. So now I'm going to be taking this purple shade right here and basically doing the same thing. I'm going to be taking my Morphe M514 and it's just a little blending brush. So I'm just going to dip back into Sorbet, which was our transition color, and I'm just going to blend out the edges and make sure everything is smooth and blended. I'm going to be using my Morphe E27 for that too. Using my pencil brush again, and I'm going to be going into that purple color and putting in the inner and outer corners of my eye. Okay, so now I'm going to be taking MAC Pink Pearl Pigment. And it's just like a really pretty, like duochrome, I want to say, like pink and purple color. And I'm going to be applying that with my Morphe M508, and it's just this little shader brush. It's super pretty. So I'm just going to be spraying my brush with some Fix Plus. And I'm just going to put it in the center of my eye where we put no product. Okay, so now that we have that on, I'm going to be taking my Urban Decay Heavy Metal Glitter Liner in the shade Junkshow. And I'm just going to be putting that over where we put the MAC pigment. I am in love with this glitter liner. It is so bomb, guys. Everyone go get it. So for now, for my brow highlight, I'm going to be using MAC Naked Pigment. And I'm going to be using the Kylie brush to apply that. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the face. Today I'm going to be using my Urban Decay Naked Skin Color Correcting Fluid in the green shade. And I'm just going to be putting this everywhere that I have redness because green cancels out red. So it's just going to give me like a more neutral base for my foundation to go over. And I'm going to be applying that with my Morphe Beauty Sponge. And I'm just going to put this everywhere where I have redness. And I also made sure that my beauty sponge is damp. That way everything can just blend so much better. I'm just going to pat it in. I really recommend that everyone kind of color corrects because it just prevents you from using more foundation, and it also prevents that cakey look. That way you don't have to use as much foundation on your face and waste more product. So today I'm going to be using the NARS Sheer Glow Foundation. I've only worn this probably like 2 or 3 times, but I am really loving it, and I have like my own concoction that I make. So I mix that with 1 drop of Maracuja oil, and then I also mix in 1 drop of my iconic London Liquid Illuminator drops, just to give my skin a nice healthy glow because I am really dry. I'm just going to mix it in with this spoolie, just making sure it's all mixed together. Okay, so I'm just going to put what I got on the spoolie on my chin. Beauty blender again. I'm just going to pat this in. I really love this foundation because a little goes a long way. It's very medium to full coverage, and I love that in a foundation just because I have a lot of freckles and I don't like them to show just because, I don't know, I'm just weird like that. Some people like put fake freckles on, and that's cool, but I'm over here like trying to cover up mine. Don't forget that knit, girl. And them ears. I like to put a little more on my cheeks just because that's where my freckles mostly are, and I like to have a little more full coverage on the cheekbones. Okay, now foundation is on, so I'm going to go in with my NARS Radiant Cream Concealer in the shade Cannelle, and I'm just going to put that right under my eyes. But I'm not going to go far down with it because I'm not using it as a highlight. I personally don't think it's bright enough to be a highlight, but it is enough to conceal my under eye circles. I'm going to take my Anastasia Beverly Hills Cream Contour Kit in Fair, and I'm going in with this shade right here to highlight. And I'm going to be taking my flat foundation brush by MAC. It is the MAC 190, and it looks like this. I'm just going to dip into it and put it right where I need to highlight. And now I'm going to take this darker shade and I'm going to contour my face with it using the same flat brush. So I'm going to take my beauty blender again and just blend out that highlight and concealer. And I'm going to dip my beauty blender into some Airspun powder, and I'm going to bake. It's so funny the way girls make faces when they're blending out their concealer, because I totally do it too, and I'm like the faces we make when we're doing our makeup. I like to put on my bake right after I'm done concealing, right after I'm done blending out my concealer, because it, my eyes crease so fucking fast. It's crazy. I'm just gonna blend out everything else. The jawline, girl. If you're not contouring your jawline, then what are you doing? I don't know. What you doing, girl? I feel like I totally can't do my makeup unless I have a beauty blender. Like if I don't have a beauty blender, then I ain't doing my makeup. Sorry. Okay, so for my contour part, came up a little technique. So since this beauty blender is shaped like this, I'm going to take this edge right here and just use the edge, and I'm going to keep it in place. I'm not going to like move it up or down. I'm just going to lightly pat in the same spot where the contour is. That way it's blended, but it's not moved. Okay, so now that everything is blended out, highlight, contour, and everything, I'm gonna take my Fix Plus and my Beauty Blender, and I'm gonna spray my Beauty Blender with my Fix Plus because Orpha's and Nolly taught me this trick and it just fucking clicked for me. So you just spray the Beauty Blender, and then you pat in your bake. And guys, it's fucking bomb. I love the way it looks after I pat it in. Bam. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to use is my Urban Decay Naked Illuminator Bronzer, and this is what it looks like. And it's in the shade Lit. Is it lit? Is it lit? Okay, so now I'm going to be taking my Morphe M143 Big Fan Brush, and I'm just going to be putting that in here. I'm putting it over where my contour is. I fucking love this brush, guys. It's so big and fluffy. Okay, so now I'm going to carve out my contour with my Airspun powder and my Beauty Blender. So I only let that bake sit in for like not even a minute. I just use it to carve it out. So I'm going to be taking my MAC 129 Big Fluffy Brush, and I'm just going to dust that away and make sure everything is blended. Okay, so now we're going to go back for the eyes. So I'm just going to be taking all the same shades that I used on my top eyelid and just going to put that on my lash line, but I'm going to avoid the middle where I put the pink pearl pigment. Alright, gonna take that pink pearl pigment again and put that in the middle where I didn't put any product. Okay, now that that's on, I'm going to be taking that same glitter liner and I'm going to put that right on top of the pigment. So now I'm going to set my face using my MAC Fix Plus. Now for my highlight, I'm going to be taking my iconic London Liquid Illuminator drops, and I'm going to put one drop on my Beauty Blender, and you guys will see how bomb this shit is. So one drop. Patting it in. Hey. Okay, so now I'm going to be taking my Artist Couture highlight in CoCo Bling, and I'm going to be taking my Morphe 310 fan brush to apply that. Put some on my nose. So now I'm going to be taking my L'Oreal Telescopic Carbon Black Mascara, And I'm going to put that on my lower lashes. Okay, so now for blush, I'm going to be using this blush right here. It's MAC. I don't know the name though because I got this like this. I'm so sorry. Like the only two blushes I have at the moment. But I'm going to be taking my MAC 129 and just patting it right between the highlights and the bronzer. I'm going to spray my face with some Fix Plus. Set everything again. Can never have too much. Okay, so last but not least is lips. So I'm going to be taking my MAC lip pencil in Soar, and I'm going to be lining my lips with that. Okay, so now I'm going to be taking Jeffree Star's liquid lipstick in Sagittarius, and I'm going to be putting that on the outer corners of my mouth. We doing an ombre lip today, bitch. It's lit. I'm going to be taking this little no-name simple blending brush. It's synthetic, so I'm just going to pat it in on the edges. Okay, and then for the middle of the lips, we're going to be using Jeffree Star's Chrysanthemum. Alright guys, this is the finished look. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this, please give it a big thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and follow me on Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter. I will leave all the links down below. And thank you so much, and have a great day guys. Love you. Bye.